Hi guys, Joe Ingram, BDC Genius. I stepped outside today to make a little video for you guys. Why? Just because I've been doing a lot of these complimentary call audits that we put together for dealerships. And so Lila and I have been listening to phone calls around the clock. I got Nikki listening, I got Maria listening. Everybody's listening to these phone calls to complete the audits that everybody's asking for. So we can give you an idea of what is being done right, what is being done wrong. So we judge on the sales department, their ability to ask for an appointment and get the appointment. Service department, are they asking for the appointment and getting the appointment? Or are they just diagnosing over the phone? All of these things can cost you a lot of money. But one of the most important things we're catching is the receptionist not clarifying what they need to be doing as a receptionist. So in that, if you stop and realize we're spending all of our money, and if you're in this day and age, what are we doing? We're advertising digitally. And everything on digital is what? Click to call. Nobody wants to sit down and type on their phone to try to fill out a lead. So it's a click to call. So when they click and they call, they're going to get to that receptionist first in most cases. So if they're going to get to that receptionist and the receptionist is going to answer the phone and say, hey, thanks for calling ABC Motors, right? How can I help you? Well, that's an invitation for that person to say, let me tell you my story. Let me tell you the problems I'm having. Let me tell you what I don't like about your store. Let me tell you what I think about online advertising and all that stuff. And that's not their job. What is the receptionist's job? The receptionist is an air traffic controller. Call comes in, poof, goes out. Call comes in, goes out, goes out. That's what she's doing. But how many of your callers are clicking the button to call you? And when they get to you, they're waiting on the phone and listening to it ring for minutes at a time. How many times you walk up to the receptionist desk and see multiple lines blinking at you? Right? It's enough to hurt when you stop and realize we're spending $200 to $300 for each one of those phones to ring. So when that person is sitting there waiting and getting frustrated, hanging up and going to the next dealership that's set up better, we want to make sure it gets done right, gets handled right. So I just want to give you a couple things to talk to your receptionist about. So the first thing I want to say is that when they answer the phone, they need to state the dealership name, thank them for calling, their name as well, but then I want them to follow up with, right, how may I direct your call? So phone rings, thanks for calling ABC Motors, this is Joe speaking, how may I direct your call? So now that caller knows my job is to direct your call, not to diagnose, not to tell you, answer all your problems. My job is to direct your call and get you to the right person. So that's going to cut down about half of the drama that receptionist is listening to just by stating that. Okay? So remember, energy's got to be up. They got to represent the dealership, right? They can't go, thank you for calling ABC Motors. This is Joe. How can I direct your call? That's going to kill your business because are they answering the phone with a $300 effort? I doubt it. So let's go ahead and do it again. Thanks for calling ABC Motors. This is Joe speaking. How may I direct your call? So that person's going to say service, sales. Don't worry about parts. Why? Because the parts guys are really good at that. All these shops that are calling in for parts, they just go parts as soon as you answer the phone. You go, thanks for calling parts. Okay? But now it comes the transition. I need to get that to them. So right now we listen and there's a bunch of people going, hang on. Sure, hold on. Okay, yeah, click. Or worse, the person goes, I need to talk to service. And then there's nothing but a transfer. And then hopefully you have on hold music they can listen to. But what I want you to teach them to say is this. So after they say, thank you for calling ABC Motors. This is Joe speaking. How may I direct your call? The person goes service. They say, it'd be my pleasure to connect you to service. Okay, it'd be my pleasure to connect you to parts. It'd be my pleasure to connect you to sales. My pleasure to connect you to the body shop. Even if they call in and said, hey, can I talk to your general manager? They need to say, it'd be my pleasure to connect you to the general manager. That's going to elevate the store itself. It's going to raise the image of the store in the mind of the consumer. And understand, your Highline stores typically do this, but I do see it break down at the receptionist desk. But the manufacturer puts it in their training most of the time for you to say that. So I want you to do it too, because even if you're not a Highline store, we're all still asking big money for cars. Okay, a lot of people out there, a home is the most expensive thing they'll ever buy, and most people aren't going to buy it. Over half the people out there, the largest expense they're ever going to buy is a car. So let's treat it that way. So it's going to be, thank you for calling ABC Motors. This is Joe speaking. How may I direct your call? It'd be my pleasure to connect you to the sales department. Let the call go through, and then we'll tell you how the sales department did. Okay? If you're interested in a telephone audit yourself, please look us up at thebdcgenius.com. Right? If you're interested in anything that we can do to help you, or you just got some information, click subscribe. Have a great day, and it's time to cash in on your calls. Let's get it done.